Hi, everyone. My name is Miss Collier, and I am the English teacher for 701, 702, and 703, as well as the advisor for 701. I'm super excited to welcome you guys to Back to School Night this year. And to help me in our presentation, I do have a Google Slides. So I'm going to start presenting right now, and you should be able to see a presentation for Back to School Night. So again, hello and welcome. So excited to have you all here. My name is Miss Collier. This is my school photo taken, I think, from my first year of teaching. I've been at Baldy for 3 years now total. I'm in my 4th year of teaching, and I could not be more excited to be on this journey with all of you as we start this school year virtually. So I am teaching English this year, and one of the things you need to know is this term live. So moving forward, if you haven't heard it yet already, being live means that your child is in a Google Meet or a Zoom session with their teacher. In 7th grade, they have 3 main core content classes a day: English, math, and then depending on the day, science or social studies. In addition, they also have an elective class. And so for English class, what this really means to be live is that your child is online on a Meet with me for an hour of their day. It's where I take attendance. So in order for kids to be marked as present for English class, they need to be there on time when I start the live Google Meet and when I take that attendance. I love when kids have their cameras on. It really allows me to kind of see who they are, but that is not mandatory. The other thing that I really love is that when kids use the chat or unmute to answer or ask a question, both of those strategies also really allow me to get to know the kids and see where they're at in our learning throughout the year. The other thing that I want to highlight from here is that they're also going to be in breakout rooms. So during the live meet, sometimes on some days, I have kids work together. So the kids are sent into a breakout room, which is where there's like 2, maybe 3 of them together, and they're working on some question. And usually in that instance, the kids are either unmuting and talking with one another or using that chat box to answer some questions. So that's what it means to be live. To be flex is student directed and student paced. So every day after the live meet, which is 30 minutes long, then the kids go into a 30-minute flex period. So I usually post some assignment on Google Classroom, or they have Achieve 3000 to do, and they're working on that flex work independently. So after our meet, they should be doing something related to English class for the next 30 or so minutes, but these activities can typically be done whenever during the school day, or even after school at 3:15. A lot of these assignments are on Google Classroom, like I said, or typically Achieve 3000, which I think brings me to the next slide. So as a Baldy student, there's certain expectations that we have for kind of going about our day-to-day business. The first is I am Baldy. This stands for students are building relationships, accepting of all, loving learning, determined to persevere, and impacting their community positively. So these are 5 different values, and I expect that the students are upholding them every single day. Attendance, like I said, that is taken during live classes. So if a student misses a live class, they need to make sure that you, the parent or guardian, the grown-up in the family, needs to fill out the absence form. If you don't have that, make sure you reach out to your child's advisor and they can give it to you. All right. Absences that are excused would be things like a doctor's appointment or a religious holiday. All of the reasons are listed on that form. Flex work, typically for me, in English class, most assignments are due on a Friday at midnight. And flex assignments can range from get to know you activities to reading comprehension or writing assignments or achieve 3,000. So there's lots of different options for flex work. And the flex work is really what we're talking about when we say maybe even homework, because usually that flex work can be done after school hours at 3:15. But I will say that in English class, there might be times where your child is working on English-related things over the weekend. So please keep note that some activities will be done and due after a weekend. If your child is absent, they are expected to uphold that work. They are expected to do that work, whatever they missed. If they need to figure out how to what happened that day, they can comment on Google Classroom. They can email me. You yourself could contact me and I can let you know what we covered that day. But it is definitely needed that kids make up their missed work. Now, when it comes to late work, I definitely accept late work. All right. If a child does not complete the assignment by a due date, they can complete it late, but there is a grading penalty that kicks in if the assignment is late and the student doesn't communicate with me about why it's late. So your student communicating with me is going to be really important this year. Sometimes assignments are late because of Wi-Fi issues or something's happening in the family. That's totally fine, and I totally get it if the student communicates to me the reason why the assignment is late. If I don't really know, and the child doesn't communicate even if after I ask them about it, then the late policy will be kicked in. Cheating and plagiarism, we have a policy where if the students cheat or if they plagiarize, they copy something from the internet without giving credit, any assignment where that happens would get an automatic 0. And this is because we're really trying to teach the students that their words matter and they need to make sure that they are the ones responsible for their learning. Grading. We are following the school district's policies. So it's 40% of their grade comes from tests and quizzes. 30% is from classwork, which is really flex work. 20% is projects and presentations, and 10% is homework. Most assignments, though, will be classified as that classwork grade for flex work. Supplies. I talked about this in my parent letter, but all the kids should have a notebook where they're taking notes in English class. So they might need pens and pencils as well. I also suggested that kids have maybe some art supplies, or if they can, a quiet place to work. But what I really am mandating in terms of supplies is that the child has a charged Chromebook, something that is a laptop that they can use for their schoolwork. It's going to be a lot of typing this year, so it doesn't always work if the kid is using a phone or a tablet. Please, as much as you can, get your child a Chromebook. If you need help with that, let me know, and I will gladly direct you to where you can go ahead and get a Chromebook for your student. Google Classroom. So Google Classroom looks like this, and the kids have all of their classrooms for all of their classes. So I'll use one as an example for my reading classroom, for my advisory. This is what it looks like, all right? The front page is our stream. This is where kids can find the Google Meet links. It's also where I post the notes from the day. I give out reminders about what to do for flex work. I post the stories. It's really a little bit of everything. This is where I can make announcements for kids. The other thing that I use Google Classroom for is for classwork. And here you can see by the week what each of the kids have as their assignments. All right, this is where your child turns in their work, and this is where I grade it. After I grade it on Google Classroom, it then goes into the student portal, which is that SIS Infinite Campus on philasd.org. So an easy place for you, and I do have this turned on, is that the Guardian summaries are on, in which case, if you agree, you'll get an email indicating all of the assignments and some other announcements and updates there. So I highly suggest, if you get that email about Guardian summaries, to say yes, that you want to receive them. And if you haven't gotten that email yet, let me know and I will definitely help you through it. Class Dojo. I love Dojo. All right, I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the easiest way to contact me. It's the best way to get information from the school. So in the class story, this is where teachers can post and administrators can post about important things from applying to high school for our 8th graders, our STAR testing, technology help. There's so much information on here, clubs and electives that are starting. But the other reason I like Dojo is because the students each have their own little avatar, their own little monster, and throughout the year they're going to be getting positive points for when the kids are doing well. As a parent, you can see the points that they receive, but the other thing that we can do is message back and forth. So the easiest place to reach me is always just to send a quick message on Class Dojo. The parent portal is part of philasd, and you can sign up for your own portal. And then I already discussed the absence Google form. If you do need that, let me know, and I can send it to you through Class Dojo. So last but not least, I believe, in English class, I just want to kind of give you an overview of the year. We're going to be doing lots of reading. We're going to be reading short stories, poems, plays, maybe a novel. This is what the 7th grade collections textbook looks like. I don't use it too much. There is an electronic version of it, so there is also that for us to look forward to. In terms of writing, we're going to be doing TDAs this year. We're also going to be doing some creative writing. The other thing that you'll hear me say is Achieve 3000. Kids also access that through their student portal. And we're going to be part of this organization called Need Indeed. It helps teachers in Philadelphia bring service learning to their students. So you might see some assignments that are specific to Need Indeed. Just know that that's going to be a year-long project where we're going to be talking about social issues, exploring one in particular, and then designing a project about it. And I'm so excited for that. Lastly, and I'll pause here, this is our 7th grade contact information. Feel free to take a picture of this slide right now. You'll see all of the email addresses for our principal, our 7th grade assistant principal, counselors, deans, special education liaison. And on the right-hand side, you'll see my email along with my teaching teammates, Mr. Snyder for math, Mr. Nosey for social studies, Mr. Sender for science, and then some of our amazing support teachers, our ESOL teachers, our learning support teachers, they're all here as well. So that does bring me to the end of my presentation. I hope that you enjoyed. I look forward to meeting you all sometime soon, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for the support that you're giving your child already. I am so happy to be working with you this school year. All right, see you later.